Hi everyone, Anthony Morganti here. As most of you know, Lightroom is packed with functionality, and a lot of that functionality is major. I mean, you could create a slideshow or a book in Lightroom. But there are a lot of features in Lightroom that are relatively minor, but still very useful. In today's video, I want to share three kind of under the radar features in Lightroom that I use every day, that from my experience, a lot of people either don't know about or they just don't use. And I'm going to demonstrate them and explain why I think they're useful and why I use them every day. Let's start right away. Culling images. You're in the library module, you just imported a bunch of raw files, and there's all different ways you could kind of mark the images, kind of cull the images. One way that I like to use is flags. And the keyboard shortcut, let's say for a pick flag or a white flag, is the P key. So I could hit the P key and it gives this specific image a pick flag. That means I want to keep that image. Now I could go to the next image and let's say I don't want to keep this image. I could give it a reject flag, the X flag. But you see how I had to click to the next image and then click to the next image and do these flags. Well, there's a faster way. There's something in Lightroom called Auto Advance. Now, that's up here in the photo menu, and it's down right here. If I turn on Auto Advance, and this first image I gave a pick flag, let's say I want to unpick it, I could use the U key for that. So I'll tap the U key, and you can see how it auto advanced to the next image. And the U key again, and it auto advanced. Well, a lot of people know about this, but I don't like it. And the reason why I don't like it is because a lot of times I'll be editing an image. Let's say I'm editing this image. And along the way, I kind of like it and I want to save it or want to give it a different designation. I'm in the middle of my edit and I want to give it 3 stars. Well, if I give it 3 stars and I have auto advance on, it goes to the next image. And I don't want it to do that. I want it to stay on the image I'm working on. Well, let me give this 0 stars. So we could go there. Let's go back to the first one. What you could do, let's go up to Photo and turn off Auto Advance. What you could do is you could temporarily turn on Auto Advance by pressing in the caps lock key. With the caps lock key on, you temporarily have Auto Advance turned on. So I could give this a pick flag, it will auto advance. Give this a reject flag, it will auto advance. Give this a reject flag, it auto advances. Give this a pick flag. Then when I'm done doing my culling, I could just press the caps lock key again to turn it off. Now, if I give this image 3 stars or 4 stars, it doesn't auto advance. So that is a little known feature in Lightroom, that caps lock key to temporarily turn on auto advance that I use every day. And from my experience, a lot of people don't know that it's there. Now, when I do go through all my images and I have a bunch of them rejected like this, what I could do to delete them is I could go up to the photo menu and go down here to delete rejected photos. But what I do is I do the keyboard shortcut. You can see it's Command Delete is the keyboard shortcut. On a Windows computer, I'm not sure what it is, but if you go up to Photo and down to Delete Rejected Photos, you'll see the keyboard shortcut right there. And then when you do that, it will prompt you to delete the 2, in this case, my 2 images that I gave that reject flag to by hitting the X key. So I could do that there. So again, just turn on caps lock, and then I'm going to undo all these. And you could see it will automatically auto advance. Turn off caps lock and it won't auto advance. Now, another feature I often use is targeted collections. A lot of people don't even know what those are. By default, when you first install Lightroom, you'll have a targeted collection active. It's up here in the catalog. It's called Quick Collection. You can see that little plus sign. That's indicating that that is a targeted collection. And if I want to, say, put this image in the targeted collection, all I need to do is hit the B key. The B key puts it in that collection. Now I'll go back up there, and you can see it's in that collection. So targeted collections are something that I use all the time, but I almost never use the Quick Collection as my targeted collection. I will either create a new collection or use an existing collection. For example, if I click this little plus sign to create a new collection, I could call this maybe beaches or beach, let's say. I could include the selected photo, but also I could set it as the target collection. And when I do that, I'll click create. It now has this new collection I just created called beach, and you can see it has that plus sign next to it, and it put this image in there. Now, if I want to remove the image from the targeted collection, remember I hit the B key to put it in the collection, hit the B key again to take it out of the collection. Now, another thing I often do, let me go back to my original folder, is I don't create a new collection. I'll use an existing collection. For example, I have this one down here, working collection. This is the collection I often use when I'm creating Lightroom videos and I want all my images together so I could do my video. I'll put them in this collection. And I make that a targeted collection by right-clicking on it and then going down to set as target collection. Now you can see there's a little B there, or a little plus sign there. So I could hit the B key to add this image, and maybe I want to add this image. I could hit the B key and so on. Now, if I don't want to hit the B key, notice in the top right-hand corner of the thumbnail that is in the film strip, there's this little circle. Notice that little circle is on for this one. It's off for that one, but when I hover over there, it appears. That means it's in the targeted collection. If I want to remove this from the targeted collection, I don't want to hit the B key, I can just click on that little circle and you'll see it removed it from the targeted collection. So that's very easy to do. Just hit that little circle and you'll remove it, hit the little circle again, and you'll add it. See how it's adding these images to the targeted collection. Now again, it might be easier to hit the B key. You could put the caps lock on too, hit the B key and it will auto advance as you're hitting the B key. So that is something else that I use all the time in Lightroom, targeted collections. And you can see wherever that plus sign is, that's the collection that is being targeted. And if you want to put it back to its default, just right click on the quick collection up here and set as target collection. And now that is back to being the targeted collection. So that, again, something I use all the time in Lightroom. Now, the last thing I'm going to show you that I use all the time is something so simple, and I really can't believe more people don't do this. If I have a lot of images that are similar, like these first 3 images, right? Pretty much same image, right? So what I'll do is let's say process this first one, and let's just do some quick processing on it. Don't judge me. I'm just going to go very quickly on it. And texture, some clarity, too much clarity, saturation. All right, let's just say I'm done and I love the processing I did on this image. What I could do is click the next one and process this one, or I could just click here and click previous, and it will add the previous editing I did, previously to this image. So I'm clicked on this image. Now this is an edited image. If I click on the next image, which is not edited, immediately click previous, and I just applied the edits I just did to this one. It's a super fast way to do it. The only disadvantage of this is I cannot say select more than one image. If I select more than one image, you see that previous button is gone and there's auto sync here. Auto sync, when turned on, as I edit one, it will edit all 3 at the same time. So let me edit this one. You can see how all 3 of them changed. That's what auto sync is. I use auto sync sometimes as well, but I more often use previous. So I'll click on this one, click on that one, click on previous, just added the editing I did to that previous one to this one. So those are 3 things I do in Lightroom probably every single time I use Lightroom. If there's anything you often do in Lightroom that you think is underutilized or a lot of people don't know about, let us know in the comments below. Thank you, everyone who watches my videos. I really do appreciate it. Talk to you guys soon.